Today's video will feature my top 10 XPLORE improvements in comparison to the Helix, as well as several honorable mentions since there were so many XPLORE upgrades. As much as I loved my Humminbird Helix units, there comes a time when technology improvements force you to take notice. Adapting to new electronics enables us to be more efficient and successful maximizing our time on the water. I am super excited about adding the new Humminbird XPLORE units to my one boat network this year. My first honorable mention goes to simplifying choices for buyers purchasing an XPLORE. All units are side imaging models, so all you have to do is decide whether you want an XPLORE 9, 10, or 12-inch model, and whether you want to get a CHO control head only model or a unit with a transducer. Side imaging includes the following features. You get your mapping, 2D, down imaging, and side imaging. Another honorable mention is that XPLORE purchasers will no longer need to worry about switching from angler to custom mode. Those of you who have watched many of my Helix videos on my YouTube channel, you will have heard me say, don't forget to change the angler user mode back to custom mode because you're going to need it to be able to do the next phase of the higher level skill available to the Helix user. XPLORE units come with all of the options available. Unlike the Helix where you had to go from angler to custom mode, you do not have to do that. In settings, if I look at the restored defaults, I used to, in my Helix, always have to go back and set it back to custom so that I would get all of the available options. With the XPLORE, you get all of the bells and whistles with it every time, so you don't have to worry about doing that angler to custom switch anymore. Being able to modify data overlays didn't make my top 10, but gets honorable mention since I think it's a cool option. Helix units prescribe the overlay data position and color. The XPLORE units also let me do some things with the overlay data, which is this data over here that I couldn't do before. So let's say I just press and hold this. I'm going to get a menu come up, and you can see that I can change the presentation, and I can change it from the top to the bottom. And I may like the look of that. I can change it to smaller, and I can change the color from black to white. And again, it becomes a matter of preference, but again, it's just another nice option that you can edit the overlays. Another honorable mention goes to the ease of recognition and accessibility to different color palettes. Choosing a color palette on the Helix, you press the menu button and then you scroll through the individual colors until you settle on the one that you like. Once you settle on the one you like, then all you have to do is exit, and there it is. The XPLORE unit has many color palette options. Just press our menu button and we go to our sonar colors, and we're going to click on our sonar colors, and they have names now. The amber ones have always been popular. This Doppler one is going to be very popular as well, and it's that quick and easy to change over to a different color palette. Possibly a top 10 omission, XPLORE units use less power than Helix, thus preserving battery life. The final honorable mention goes to the elimination of dongles required by Helix users, as Ethernet cables now plug directly into the back of the XPLORE unit. The maximum number of panes available to a Helix user are 3, mapping, 2D, and DI in this case. One of the really nice things about the XPLORE unit is that it has the 4-pane screen availability. You have the map, you have the 2D, you have the down imaging and the side imaging, all available on one screen. On the Helix units, this symbol here with the yellow rectangle with the white arrow indicates active pane, and that is showing that this pane is the active one. This one is inactive. In order to change the active pane, you hit the menu button once, and the option at the top will allow you to go from left to right, and you can see the pane, like a pane of glass, is now highlighted. So now the active pane is on the right. The ability to change panes is very easy on the Explorer. You can see that this is the active pane here because of the yellow edging that goes all the way around the 2D. If I would like to change that to the down imaging, I just press and hold on that. And now you can see that the down imaging pane is now highlighted in the yellow border. If I want to expand one of the panes, I simply take two fingers, hold it on, and you see that it jumps very quickly to the enlarged map. If I want to bring it back to the 4-pane view, I simply put my two fingers back on, and you can see that it goes right back to that screen. Lots of Helix users do this when trying to select a view. They hit the view button repeatedly until they randomly come across the screen that they are looking for. Selecting a desired view on the Helix should not be a difficult process. If you press and hold the view button, it will give you the menu comes up, and let's say I want anything with a map. I go to chart, and I go to chart, and I go, let's say I want chart 2D view. I click it, and that takes all the randomness out of selecting a view with the Helix. Navigating to a new view on the Explorer unit is just a matter of pressing a few buttons. I'm going to hit the home key, and I want to look for something with the chart, and I'm looking at my options, and let's say I'm going to do some side imaging. I'm going to choose an option of a map and side imaging, and there it is. The Explorer unit can also be used to create some custom views. So we're going to go to New View here, and we load it up, and we look, and we just have to decide what we want. Let's say we just keep it simple for now, and we hit on this one, and now it's going to show us our options. So I'm going to create a map, and let's say I just want to do 2D over here. You can see it's highlighted, so it's showing me that that'll be 2D. And if I wanted to make my map bigger while I was navigating, yet still have 2D for what I'm driving, you can see that now I've created a custom view. I'm going to save that, and there it is. Let me show you where that custom view is found. I go in now, and remember it was a map and 2D. So I go into the chart, and it's going to show up here at the top under custom views. I hit it, and there you can see that it's saved just as I wanted. The resolution on the Explorer 9 is 1280 by 720. The Helix 9 was 1024 by 600. The Explorer 10 is 1280 by 800. The Helix 10 was 1024 by 600. The Explorer 12 is 1280 by 800. And the old Helix 12 was also 1280 by 800. I love the fact that I can now get the 10-inch Explorer with the 1280 by 800 resolution. I am considering putting some 10-inch units on my boat this year because of this specific improvement on the 10-inch Explorer. On a Helix, you had 3 preset favorite buttons available. Let's check on my Explore favorite options. The favorite symbol is the star. If I press on the star, you can see I get 4 options of favorites there. And if I hit on the 3 more dots, you can see that I have a total of 8 favorite options. Explore units have a high-definition mapping card included that is preloaded with over 13,000 lakes and complete coastlines in the US and Canada. This Lake Master Coastmaster VX card gives you the ability to do 4 depth highlights, and this can be really helpful at learning new bodies of water when studying contours. I have chosen 0 to 10 feet to do the shallow water highlight. And just an example, you can see how certain things pop. This red shallow water point comes way out here, and it certainly stands out from the rest as a potential hotspot to fish. If I want to enlarge the map, all I have to do is just take 2 fingers and I can drag it and I can move it around, and you can see it's very responsive. Here's a closer look at that underwater point that I was saying that comes quite a ways out. The Explore unit is compatible with the Mega Live 1 and the Mega Live 2. Those of you who have seen some of my Mega Live 1 videos, you will know that I like to adjust my screen so that it is showing the biggest possible picture. And these in-pane touch targets are really going to be super helpful, because all I have to do here is, if I want to change the range on this, if I go shallower, I can do that. If I'm going deeper, I can adjust it so that I am getting the best option of the largest screen area that I am allowed, and that will give me the best overall visual picture. The Mega Live View also lets me increase my range. So right now it's got 90 out here. So if I want to increase that, I'm going to go out here to 120, 130, and you can see that it's, again, very quick and efficient to change it to whatever you want. If I wanted to bring it in a little bit closer and just bring it back at the minus button, and I'm back to the 90. If I want to adjust the sensitivity, I can just press the plus minus here, and I can jack it all the way up to 20 if I want a little hotter return. And if I want to clean it up, I can jack it back down. Remember, there's no one set it and forget it mentality. Just find a setting that works for you and that you're seeing everything you need to see, and go with it. The in-pane touch targets are specific to each sonar that is up on the screen. In this case, we have side imaging, so I can do the plus minus on the sensitivity, or I could either increase or decrease the range here for my side imaging. So again, I can go out to 120, or I could minus it to whatever I wanted to. Editing waypoint names or coordinates is not a hard thing to do on a Helix unit, but it does take a little bit of time. So for example, if I want to change this waypoint name and I started to scroll through the options, I might get to a point where I'm going to call this a rock. Then I'm going to go here and I'm going to go through, and I've got to scroll through, and it doesn't take a tremendous amount of time, but it definitely does take some time. So if I go through rock, and I'm spelling out R-O-C, and there it is. And you get the idea that it's definitely going to take some time to do that. Once I've got that done, then I hit the check mark to save, and then I would save it. So that gives you the idea of the Helix operation. The on-screen keyboard availability on Explore units simplifies the process. Renaming a waypoint is just a matter of pressing on the name. We're going to hit clear, and then we're going to name it. So this is going to be a 20 to 25 foot drop. So I'm going to hit the number buttons, and I'm going to go 20 to 25, and I'm not going to worry about the foot symbol. Leave a space, and I'm going to change it to the letters. I'm going to DROP, save, and now the name has been changed, 20 to 25 drop. Very simple. The Explore unit enables you to keep notes in this Waypoint section. So this is Waypoint 0020. And if I want to make a note, I just press on the box and you see that an on-screen keyboard comes up. And let's say that I wanted to call this the winning spot in a tournament. I just type in the letters that I want, and I just continue on and finish it off, and then just hit save. And now you can see that the winning spot has been recorded in the notes. Helix users entering new waypoints go through the basic rename a waypoint process. Similarly, when you go to enter new coordinates, let's say we're going to do north and we're going to do 50. We're going to do 38. And we're going to do 9 for 36. And then we check to save, and then we would have to do the same thing down below for the west coordinates. Here's how it's done on the Explore unit. To enter a waypoint, we're going to hit the My Data symbol, and I hit that. And there's waypoint at latitude, longitude. And so now I'm going to come in and I'm going to hit clear. Once I input, I'll confirm north, 44, and let's just 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and then we'll confirm west, and I'm just making up a number here. So we'll go 0, 7, 8, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, and then once it's in there, just hit save, and it is saved. The quad-core processor delivers exceptional speed performance on this unit. If I want to switch screens, simply holding, you can see how quickly it does that. It's basically instantaneous. Going back, if I want to make the map larger, and I now want to start navigating on the map, if I start expanding it out, you can see that it responds immediately. If I wanted to zoom out and find, let's say, a different lake, I can start scanning around. You can see that the maps process super quickly, which is awesome. The cross-touch interface on the Humminbird XPLORE allows you to navigate screens very quickly. If I press on the chart button, I'm going to just go to this one here, for example. And if I want to make that bigger, it is very quick and easy. If I want to go back in and change to, let's say, the 4-pane option, and I go to the 4-pane option, and I look at that, it's right there. I find it, there it is. If I want to change the active panes, all I have to do is touch and hold that, as you've seen earlier. So it's just super efficient navigating around the screen. And I truly believe that people are going to find this much easier than navigating the different screens with a Helix unit. Explore users will be definitely excited about the fact that they have 10,000 available waypoints, which is a significant improvement over the 2,500 waypoints that were available to Helix users. You can access your Waypoint data in a few ways. The My Data symbol up here, if I press it and I go to the My Data tool, it will bring up the same menu as if I go to the home screen and I put up My Data, and you can see that you can access the waypoints either way. With newer technology, you're going to get newer features, and here's another really cool one. My Data tool, if I press that, I have a feature called Draw to Select. If I click on that Draw to Select, I can take my finger and I can circle, let's say, those 3 waypoints, and you see that those are now highlighted. I can take and press this up arrow here, and you can see that I can transfer that data. If I had an SD card and a phone attached, I can put it on an SD card, or I can transfer it to a phone. Let's say I found these waypoints on February 2nd, 2025. I can make a folder and make a specific group. I'm going to go New Group, and I'm going to start by saying, let's go to February, and we're going to leave a space. We're going to change to numbers. We're going to go 2nd and 25, and I'm going to save. So those waypoints that I found on this specific day are all going to be grouped under February 2nd, 2025. If I wanted to edit those waypoints, I can press this pencil button highlighted by the mark symbol, and it brings me to the icons, and I can change it. So let's say those were all stumps. I'm going to now save as all stumps, and you can see that the waypoint icons were now all marked as stumps. In summary, Explore advancements in technology are here today. I hope you have enjoyed my top 10 Explore improvements. I loved my Helix units, but I am definitely excited about adding Explore units to my one boat network. I'd love to hear your top 10 or any comments, questions. As always, a like, share, subscribe is very much appreciated. Take care, and bye for now.